We got a lot to cover. Hey, listen, I want to thank everybody on the call tonight. Mr. Wright is getting in. There we go, Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright, thank you so much for joining us. Hold on a second. Hey, I'd like to thank all you folks on the call tonight. I'd like to thank Miss Joyce Brewer, 100% on the call all the time. Miss Walker, thank you so much. Miss Castro out in Phoenix, thank you, dear. Miss Zoe Duffy out for the bakery organization, thank you. Konoha out in Japan, thank you for joining us. Japan, thank you so much. Miss Natalie, good seeing you. Also, Mr. Brian Baker, Regional Director out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Mr. Chris McDonald, thank you for joining us. Miss Marcia Carter in Fresno. Mr. Edmund Smith, thank you so much. Mr. Marvin Carter, Regional Director, thank you so much out of Fresno. TJ in Ohio, thank you so much. Mr. Bill Howard, thank you. Oh, Diane Collins out in Australia, mate, with those triple to Bobby. Hey, all right. Miss Evelyn Phillips, Regional Director out of Fresno, thank you so much. Miss Boss Lady, Miss Natasha Ismail, RD, on the way to RVP. Yes, amazing. Miss Perry, part of the bakery organization, thank you so much. Miss Caroline Baker, thank you so much, part of the bakery organization. We also like to thank Miss Harris Mills out there in Fresno. He's working his way up to over. He's going for the 100. I know he is. And also we like to thank Miss Coleman, who just are getting in right now. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We got other people trying to get in the rating room, Mr. Clemens or Miss Natasha. Hey, listen, I want to first of all start off by thanking everybody that was on last night. Al's Happy Hour was amazing. You guys, let's just do this. Share real quick about what you got out of the 15 lessons that the rich people teach their kids that the poor don't. Let's start off by opening the conversation up with that before we go into some other things. We have a lot of people trying to get in. Miss Lisa's trying to enter. So anybody want to share what they got out of last night happy hour? That was amazing. An hour and 35 minutes. And also Regional Vice President, Mr. Dean Durali joined us. A man, host of others. Who else want to share what they got out of last night before we continue on? We got it, Bob. Okay. So who else want to share what they got out last night? If you did go back, watch it. It was 25 minutes of great, phenomenal training and teaching. And then we had Q&A after last night. Does anybody want to talk about that real quick before we get into tonight's? Because I know a lot of you commented, and I know we kind of cut it, and because I was trying to get something to eat. We went an hour and 35 minutes last night. It was amazing. Okay.
Mr. Thomas.
Yes,
Mr. Thomas. This is TJ, and I wanted to say I'm going to be in a spot where I won't be able to talk in a moment, but I did want to say that not only did I think Miss Natasha and one other, we had the same number 8, where people were told to live beneath their means. That came up in my life a lot. I also remember my mother, she would always say, you have to crawl before you walk kind of stuff, and say buy a starter house instead of buying the house of your dreams or the house that you really wanted. So that is something to flip. Now you can have, like you said, increase your income to have what it is you say that you want, using money as a tool. I think that was rule number 7. I don't have my notes in front of me right now, but those were my blessings from yesterday. There's more of them, but that's at least one of them.
That was number 7. Money is a tool, and it's a good thing. For those that missed it, I'm going to kind of take off from there last night until I get into today's message, because there was so much meat and potatoes in what we talked about last night that I don't want anybody to miss it. So it was a 15 lessons, what rich parents teach their kids that the poor don't. So I'm going to just highlight that a little bit first of all, before I go into today's message, because I know there's a lot of people trying to get in. Number 1, it talked about understanding how money works. Number 1. Number 2, the difference between an asset and a liability. Number 3, they're not entitled to anything. That's right, they're not entitled. Nobody's entitled. The kid, there you go. Number 4, how to be sociable and connect with other people. Number 4. Number 5, stop accepting immediate results. Avoid magical things like Jay-Z and his wife, Beyonce, because they had to put the time in building their business. They had to put the time in building their brand, put time in it. So don't expect it to come immediately. Anything takes time. People think that Kevin Hart and Mr. Baker was talking about that on Friday, was overnight hit. No, he was not an overnight hit, but you don't expect it immediately. You got to stick in there. Number 6 was how to create a daily habit. A daily habit that's in the long run that give you the results you want. It was number 6. And number 7, Miss CJ, you were right. You were right. Money is a tool, and it's a good thing. And number 8, increase your income instead of lowering your expenses. So many people try to live within, and keep cutting back. No, learn how to increase your income so you know about lowering your expenses. Number 9 was knowledge is more valuable than money in the long run. But here again, you got to use that knowledge, okay? Number 10, don't work for money, have money work for you. Matter of fact, my son will tell you that's number 1. It's pounding his head since he was 6 years old. Number 6, solve problems is the quickest way to get rich. That's solve people's problems. Number 12, not waste time on things that don't correlate to the real world. And so many people on Facebook are correlating all this stuff that doesn't relate to nothing in the real world. Doesn't got nothing to do with your business. If it's not something that's going to do your business great towards your business, don't do it. I never seen a co-founder showing this or that. They always keep it right to what it is. So here again, people on Facebook got so much stuff. It's like, what are you selling here? Lessons on how to dig the backyard. I mean, anyway. Next, number 13, how to use good habits, good debt instead of bad debt, like the poor do. You know, everything. Oh, yeah, there you go. Number 14. That's right. I'm just rushing through this. Go back and look at last night. If you missed it, it was profound. Number 14. 80% of the results come from 20% of your effort. If you notice in your team in network marketing, 20% of the people is going to build it. The other 80% get a few handful of customers. But it's the 20% you're after, those superstars, is going to really put you over the top. And number 15, having money doesn't make you a better person. It just solves some of your problems. You know, all money does is amplify who you are. If you drink better liquor. If you give, just give more. If you're just a jerk, you're just a bigger jerk. So it just amplifies who you are. That's right. There you go. Thank you, Ms. Castro. Go to Destiny International, to the site, to the channel, and watch it over again, because it was amazing. And the 16th bonus was raise your expectation. Raise your expectation. Because so many of us don't raise our expectation. We just go along to get along and get along to go along. You know, do you expect to win? Do you expect to be a regional vice president? Well, not only when you expect it, when are you going to have it done? A lady pregnant is expecting a baby. She's expecting. When are you expecting yours to come? All right. So those are the 15 lessons with the rich people teach their kids that the poor don't. Now, we're going to start off with a little Q&A about MLM. So write that down. Our topic tonight is Q&A about MLM. Now, I'm going to open it up for questions about what you need to do to build your MLM, and then I'm going to go into some ideas of things that I've done this past week that have generated me a phone call or two every single day. But before I go into that, I want you all to tell me what are some of the situations you're having with building, I'm sorry about this, about building your ACM business that is such a difficult thing for you. See, we had a great opportunity when everybody was shut in, March, April, and part of May, people were shut in. Our numbers were through the roof on our calls. As a matter of fact, numbers through the roof as far as people getting in. But now people are starting to go out. Situation, call it with that. I hate to use that word because you've been killed with that word so much, but give me an idea. What are some of the questions you have about MLM? Not just about this AC, but network marketing. What could you do to better build your business? And then I've got some stuff I'm going to bring to you in just a few minutes. How I've been getting 1 or 2 calls every day, starting Monday this past week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I'm going to show you what I've been doing this past week that's making I get 1 or 2 calls a day about my business. But before I get into that, let's open the lines up for Q&A, question and answer, about building your network marketing business, or questions you may have about MLM. So the phone lines are open. We're going to take about 10 minutes to go into that, and then I'm going to pour into you what I've been doing, a simple little system that's been working for me since Monday. Since everybody's out again, so guess what? Now I have to change my tactics. It's like going fishing. If they're not biting on the shrimp or night crawlers, you got to change your bait. You might have to put on some stink bait or other kind of bait. but you got to switch up what you're working with. So you have to be versatile. Write that down. One of the key things is you got to be versatile, be able to pivot. When we was indoors, we all pivoted to what? To Zoom. Now people starting to go outside again. So what? You got to pivot again to help those people that's going outside. How do you connect with them? Not connect without connecting. Does that make sense? Connect without connecting, without touching, because people are freaking out right now. You can just call, everybody's like running away from you. You can have a natural sneeze. People say, oh my God, you know, because the fear that they instilled into you. So let's learn how to pivot right now as people are starting going out for the summer month, starting to enjoy the weather. So let's pivot and let's get our numbers up, if not better than what they were, because we're locked down. The numbers were through the roof. And now people are starting to go outside and they're starting to go this way. But I'm going to show you a little something that I've been doing this week that's been working great for me. But before we go into that, Q&A, question and answer about network marketing, about MLM. Any questions you have before I go into this and show you what my little system I've been using has been giving me my phone to ring, at least get a client or two a day. Any questions you may have about building your network marketing company before we go into that? The lines are open. That means everybody's gonna have people on here next week. That the lines are open, and I guarantee you, every one of you got a question. Somebody else got the same question. The question is, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Now that we're learning how to pivot one way, we got to learn how to pivot another way, Miss Pat Robinson. So we got to learn how to pivot. So what are your questions you have about building your network marketing before I go into showing you a little technique that I started doing to implement getting my numbers back up again? Because like I said, you got to be able to switch. You know, you got to have 3 or 4 things in your arsenal to keep bringing people in your business, to keep exposing them to the ACN opportunity. So no questions? Wow. On a leadership call, nobody's got any questions about network marketing. Amazing. All right. So,
okay. How do you reach the cold market? Like, how do you do that? Like, how do you get out?
Who's asking that question?
Brandon.
Mr.
Team
Brandon.
Bakery. Yes, sir.
Brandon, part of the bakery organization, part of the Big and Served. Okay, Mr. Brandon, sit tight. I'm gonna show you something. Okay, that's gonna answer cold market. Let me write that down. Cold, because I built my whole business around cold market. I'm gonna show you something in just a second. That's gonna help you answer your question, sir. That's a very good question, Mr. Brandon. Remember, hold on. I'm gonna answer it in my talk tonight. That's a good question. I don't want to get ahead of myself. I want to answer everybody's question before I dive into that really deep. Who else had a question about any question about MLM? Anybody had a question about MLM?
Miss Akiko and Pat Robinson have a question.
Thank you, Natasha.
Pat Robinson, yes, dear, out of Oakland. Yes, dear. Yes.
How do you approach a property manager?
I approach it like I approach anybody else. Always talk to somebody and what's good for them. Woof them. What's in it for me? Always talk to them about what's good. Even when we do a presentation on the Zoom call, I always tell people, don't talk about you, talk about them, the new person. Show them the benefit. Show them the benefit. So I would talk to property manager. Here's what I would say to him, Miss Pat Robinson. I would say, Bill, hey, listen, let me ask you a question. If I could help, write this down, because you guys don't get it through osmosis. You know, I guarantee if most of us would sit down and just think, most of us answer our own question. We just thought about it. Watch this. What would I have to say to a property building manager that makes sense? What do you think I would say? I would say, sir, hey, Bill, let me ask you a question. Bill, let me ask you a question. Another person from Japan. Bill, let me ask you a question. If I show you a way how to help your apartment building owners save money, would that help you out with them? Think about it. What do you think you're gonna say?
Yes.
So you guys not think, but this, huh?
I know, yes.
You see how simple that was? As dumb as that sounded.
He would say
because
yes.
You know why? Here's what happened. Not just you, Miss Pat, Miss Rock. We just want to always, we don't think. See, to write this down, to think, everybody write this down. To think is to create, and to create is the thing. See, we're so busy asking that we don't take the time to think and ponder. You know, I was looking at my son yesterday. He says, get up in the morning, he started doing Zen. He sits there in his quiet space and just stay quiet. I said, wow. He goes, you know what? I get a lot of answers that way. Of course you do. Because most of us so bombarded with music, this, that, TV, radio. You got so much junk around you. Think about when was the last time any of you took 15 or 20 minutes to do nothing, just quiet. See, that's why I have 3 waterfalls around my house. I like peace and quiet. I like it peace and quiet. God can't give you answers when you got all this noise. He's giving you answers, but you can't hear them. I'll say it again. God gives us answers through peace and quiet, but all the noise you got all day long, you cannot hear because you can't hear them. So what do you think he would say to you if you said that to him, Miss Pat Robinson? He said, yeah, that sounds great. That sounds great. Hey, that's wonderful. You're going to show me I can save the company some money? Yeah, that's going to make me look good. Think about it. Who would not say yes to that? Well, the next thing he's going to say, what do you got? Show them how you could save them money on their services. It is not that difficult. I got a lady in Florida. We signed up. She runs a 320 unit building. I think we got 15 people, customers last November, December. And there's another thing I had to do. I had to put, you know, the flyers we used to have at the conventions. I used to get all of them on Fridays and Saturdays and Sunday to give them away, stacks of them. I tell my dad, like, go over there to the booths, get all of that stuff, take it back with you. And it says already color printed, they already paid for it. They just want to get rid of them at this point. I put my little sticker on there and I go to the apartment building manager, look, can you stick, I'm going to leave you about 50 of these to stick in your brochures. So when a new person moved in, they got a brochure in there. Or apartment manager, you sign up, you sign the apartment building, show them the benefit of signing the apartment building up. Show them the benefit of signing up what they can make residually. Show them. We're not thinking outside the box, folks. That's our only problem. What would they need to hear? What would you need to hear if you were them? Think about it. What would you need to hear if you were them? Real simple. Yep. When I was in my old company down in Texas, we signed up quite a few apartment building managers, no longer there now, but we did well with that. We won apartment building. I did here in Vegas, wow, that was a while back, before they had contracts. Some of them still don't have contracts. We walk in and start cold calling them. But see, that's the whole idea. You just got to think outside the box and start doing outside the box. You know, it's like this guy has over 2,000 personal customers. Everybody's, what he's doing, he's just thinking outside the box. He's just doing what most people won't do. That's all. It's nothing magic to it. I even broke down how you do five services a week to catch up with them in a year. But most people won't do it. Everybody, what's the magic? What do you do? What do you do? You can tell people, they still won't go do it. It's amazing to me. Thank you. That's a good question. Next question. Thank you so much. I hope that helped you. Show them. Show them. Hey, look. Hey, Billy, if I can help your apartment buildings, owners save a lot of money, would that make you look good in their eyes? Duh, yeah. Hello, yeah. I might even get a promotion here. See, think about it. Because we were never trained to talk to people. Next question. Thank you so much for that, Ms. Pat Robinson in Oakland. I like that. That's a good question. Who else had a question? Mr. Edmund Smith. Yes, sir.
Hello, Mr. Thomas.
Yes,
question. Sir. Certainly regarding our industry, there's a lot of misconception. What has been for you the biggest thing that you'd have to educate people on about our industry versus a pyramid scheme or whatever thing that they think?
I tell you what we'll do. Why don't you and I role play that out for a second, sir? I've been doing it for so long. It's just third nature to me. It's like no biggie. And I want you guys to start developing thick elephant skin. You know, elephant skin is about 3 inches. Rhino, 3 inches. You guys just got to develop thicker skin. So let's role play that out. Let's say I talk to you and you talk to me and you ask me as an MLM or as a pyramid, whatever you want to say. Watch everybody how I react to this. Watch how I do this. Go ahead, ask me the question.
Is it one of those things, those pyramid things?
You mean like your job? See, I get them laughing. You mean, like your president up here, your vice president, your upper manager, your lower manager, supervisor, the guy with the big belly tie way up to here. You mean like that thing, you at the bottom of it? You know, everything in life's never market. Think about it. General, colonel, major, captain, lieutenant, all the way down to the buck private. By the way, where do you fall in this cast of characters? Tell him in Vegas, If we heard an earthquake, every building would collapse on the strip except one, the Lexor, because how it's shaped. Everything that is network marketing. You see, wow, I just educated them. Another way I say it, I start to laugh. I just laugh at people. Ask me the question again another way.
You know, I've heard one of these things before. Is it one of those pyramid things where you got to get a lot of people in and whatever?
I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't have no idea what you're talking about. All I know, this works. All I know, this works. I don't know about that over there, but I know this works. You heard about this guy, Al Thomas, the guy I'm working with? He's been in Successful Home Magazine 10 years in a row. He's been a Circle Champ member for 10 years in a row. He's been 3 or 4 different books at major bookstores. That's the guy who I'm working with. I don't know about over there, but that's how I'm working with over here. See, you see, I took it off of you and put it on me. That's who I'm working with. That's who I'm working with. I don't know about you, but that's who I'm working with. Let me ask you a question. When was the last time you had a successful person helping you out besides working at McDonald's? You see how you answer that? Well, at least I'm trying. What are you doing? At least I'm trying. What are you doing? I mean, don't you want to come with me? Don't you want to come with me? Look at me. At least I'm trying to get out of here. I'm trying to make a prison break. What are you doing? You see how you handle that? You make people stop and think. Or sometimes I'll say, who told you to think that? Who told you that? Who told you that? I don't know. They never know. Well, my brother-in-law told me, really? Is he wealthy? Is he still working? All I know, the guy I'm working with, he does this full time. That's all I can tell you. You see how you use your upline or use somebody else? It's a reflected shield. Here's who I'm working with right here. I don't know about your brother-in-law, but here's a guy I'm working with right here. Here's a guy I'm working with. He's in one of the magazines. Hey, is your brother-in-law in a magazine of any kind beside cooking? Oh, he ain't in that either. This is what guy I'm working with. Who's your brother-in-law again? What's his name? Waldo who? Forrest Gump what? You see how you do that? Show them who you're working with. Oh. I don't know about that person, but let me tell you this. I don't know about that, but all I can tell you, same magazine. See, that's why the magazine's so important. I don't care what year they are. Keep showing them. This guy I'm working with, who you working with? Who you working with? Well, how much money you made? How much money you made working with him? Man, let me tell you something. If I told you, shoot, you won't believe it. Write that down. Man, if I told you, shoot, you won't believe it. Man, if I told you, shoot, you won't believe it. Man, if I told you, shoot, you won't believe it. You don't know why anybody asks you what you make on your job, because they know you ain't made no money. But the moment you get in network marketing, how much you made so far? Man, if I told you, you wouldn't believe it. And by the way, watch this. You can't spend it anyway. You see these answers? I came out with a cassette tape years and years ago called the 25 Objections to Network Marketing, How to Handle Them. And we sold 50,000 of those things so fast, we had to go back to print over and over again. I thought I had a copy of something to show you. But the whole idea was this is not that difficult. See, once you get an answer to something, you get it and keep it. And as you ask somebody asks you with something else that stunts you, you get the answer. Now you got that answer. And now before long, you're just bulletproof. But that's a great question, sir. Role play another one out with me, Mr. Smith. Can you still repeat that, Miss Diane, out in Australia? Anybody, come on, throw me another one. Throw me another one. Come on, throw me some of the stuff that you guys hear that's kind of stunts you, because it's really simple once you go through it enough times. Nothing stunts me. There's nothing that they could say to me now that I haven't heard before. And the same thing with this business, the more you go through with it. Any other questions? Come on, throw me another question, somebody.
Mr. Thomas, Akiko Kohara from Osaka, Japan. I have a question. Can you hear me? Oh. No, it's just like you were trying to like it might be covering like some of your answers, but like I had a question that like what like like to you what makes like like things what makes things different like the network marketer like just like a majority people like who are doing MLMs like somebody approached to you, oh like it's one of them, or like I kind of like knew like it's kind of pyramid. So like probably there are some approaches that like most MLM people are trying to approach people, but like what makes
You know, one of the things about this business, everybody's been approached almost, but it all goes back to how you approach and what the person has been experienced. Like I've had people say, oh, is this network marketing? Oh, is this, or this one? Oh, is this ACN? I've seen ACN. Watch how I handle this. Really? But if you really saw it like I show it, you would be in. Or here's another one I say, which I get a lot of people sit down with me. You never seen it from me, you haven't. You haven't seen it from me. I guarantee you haven't seen it like I'm gonna show it to you. And you know what happens? I kid you not, about 80 to 95% of the time people say, I've never, the person explained it, didn't explain it like this. See, some people think they're doing a great job explaining it, but they don't do a good job explaining it. And when I sit down and read and go through it methodically, go, that makes sense. They didn't explain that to me. Most people that explain any company's network marketing are not that good because they never took the time out to become a professional speaker or a good public speaker, should I say. Even though they're speaking, they're not, there's the words are bouncing off people, they're not relating. You got to be able to relate to people. And most people can't relate to people. They don't know how to relate to people. And they're talking, but they're not relating to people. They think they are, but they're not related because their numbers would show. Look, it took me RD, let's say 30 days, 40 days. RVP a year and a half. Why? Because why would I go so fast? Because I was relating to people. I had SVP in 3 years. Why? Because I'm relating to people. See, the ones that hit the top echelon in network marketing are relatable people. The ones who are still struggling after year, they're not relating. They think they are, but they're not. But you gotta, like Jared Parmesan say, you can't teach old ways and new. You know, you got to change the old ways and get to new ones. And that is retraining yourself to do it differently. So it all depends who says it to you. Like for example, I could step on your foot and say, "Excuse me," or I could step on your foot and say, "Excuse me." Same words, same words. But it was how it was said. You see, and most people don't understand how to relate to people. One of the first things you were taught your whole life was this: never talk to strangers. So we don't know how to, we can't relate because we're never taught to talk to people. But in this business, it's wholly opposite. Everything in your life has been upside down. What they told you not to do is what you should do to be successful in it, just in life. Does that make sense? So I always tell people, I don't care if you've seen ACN, but you haven't seen it from me. And when I sit down with them, 90% of the time, 80% of the time, the guy or girl never explained this to me, or they never explain it that way to me because I make it relatable. I'm not smart. I just make it relatable. Thank you for the question.
Thank you very much.
Is it more challenging to get? No, you know what? I always lead off with the IBO first, and I settle back to get a customer. I don't go to people to get customers. What is it, Franco to Franco? The guy came to him, signed up as a customer, never showed him the business. You know how many stories I've heard people go get people as a customer and never showed them the business? Because number one, here's what most people think. This is what most people think they are. Here's what the person they're trying to talk to. Here's me, and here's the other guy or the girl. They're too scared to talk to these people. They'll get them as a customer, and that's it. That's it. There's so many leaders in ACN has been recruited by somebody else because they never explained the program to them. They got him as a customer. And Franco, think about it. How would you feel if you just got Franco DeFranco as a customer and never got to show him the business plan? There's a lot of leaders that have never been showed the business until somebody else showed it to them. That goes back to our fear, F-E-A-R, false education appearing real. Where? Only in your mind. Miss Collins, I have a question too. Okay, who else got a question? Miss Collins out in Australia had a question. I think Dee or somebody.
I have a question, Mr. Thomas.
Yes, who's that?
This is Heather Fury.
Yes, Miss Heather.
Hi. I guess it's like 3 parts real quick. Why do you think some people are not relating when they think they are? An example, and could you give an example of someone who's not relating? And what do you suggest for the person's mindset, or what to do when they have their team hasn't blown up or got to a good start off of their warm market, and now they need to still grow that team? You know what I mean? But this didn't happen with the warm market.
Here's what help Miss Perry. Most people think they're relating, and that's just their ego and their pride, because they keep doing the same thing over and over, and you can't. They won't learn. Watch a person. When you sit down with a person, watch a person's body language. Even on a Zoom call, watch a person's body language. See, nobody taught us these things. Watch a person's body. You can tell if they're interested. When you're in front of somebody, when you're sitting on a one-on-one, person's arms are crossed, what does that tell you? They're closed. If they're, what does this tell you? I'm bored out of my mind. Or I'm looking off like this as you're talking. See, but we keep talking. It's like, pick up the Bible, and most people don't understand Bible. They don't stand it. They never were taught this. They keep trying to do the presentation. Many times I sat down with a person, people start doing that, I put my pen down and say, tell me something. What's your goal? And I just change the subject on them to find out what their interest is, and then I relate the business to what their interest is. Does that make sense? Had a guy today text me over at Red Rock Country Club. Casino. He used to valet my Bentley when I go in there. And he said, hey man, how things going? I said, great, how you doing? Oh, blah, blah, blah. So now he's down at another hotel. I goes, man, how long are you gonna make that a career? Man, I don't know. I said, we need to sit down and have a cup of coffee and talk about it. He goes, you're absolutely right, man. This is my second 2 jobs I've got, valeting cars. So he said, and the thing about it, he said, yeah, when I first met him, he said, I saw ACN, somebody showed it to me 2 years ago. And I said this to him, that's how I got his number. I said, not for me, you haven't. See, that shows confidence and backbone. And when you sit down with somebody, even on a Zoom call, watch their business. Look, when I do a Zoom, I'm like this. I'm not sitting back like this. I'm here. I want to find out. I'm looking at your background. I'm looking at what's in your house, what kind of books you got there, Miss Joyce. She got blue cabinets, and Miss Pat Robinson got that picture in the. Some of you sit in the bathroom. See, that tells me a lot about the person. Is when I'm doing a Zoom call. What's your background like? What are you looking like? See, as a leader and as an entrepreneur, I'm checking just not you out. I'm looking all around. That tells me something about who you are as a person. So I'm picking up a lot. So you'll know if people are not interested. You'll know. Or sometimes I'll say in the end, on the scale of 1 to 10, how do you see yourself with our company? I'm an 8. Wonderful, that's great. Let me ask you a question. What could I do today to make that a 10? Ask them. But see, the problem with most of us, we're never taught how to talk to people. Your mom and dad put that curse on you. Don't talk to strangers. Don't talk to strangers. Yeah, strangers. No, strangers will make you an asset, especially with Zoom. You talk to them, you don't have to be right there with them. So you want to watch their body language. You want to see how the conversation is going. When somebody tells me, hey, this sounds wonderful, I know they're interested. Somebody tells me, just that, what does that tell you? Watch the language, watch the body language. So important. People will give you enough information for you to get them if you listen. That's why God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth. To listen, Linda, twice as much as some of you listen, twice as much as you talk, and you'll have a better shot at getting people. So continue on with the question.
Yes, sir. And then what do you suggest for like a mindset when that person's team hasn't got off to a good start off of their warm market, and now they're kind of like, okay, what do we do now? You know what I mean? Like
Cold
I
market.
guess more than what's it.
Well, cold market, my whole business, dear, has been built around cold market. It's not that difficult. And I'm gonna go through a little cold market thing in just a few minutes, because it's not that difficult. Here, if I ask all of you to think out the box, what would you need to do? And if I said for 10 minutes, nobody says anything, and I want you to go, close your eyes, go in your mind and think how to get people on your conference call. Think how you could prospect. See, none of us, watch this, in the last 24 hours, none of you probably took time to think. I understand time is busy. We're all busy. We're zooming here, zooming there, going here, going there. But when's the last time you took a quiet time? Because my house, like I say, I got 3 waterfalls. I don't have music. I think. I do a lot of time thinking. And if I do watch TV, it's YouTube, listening to the trainers and listening to people that are going where I want to go. I don't have time to watch all that goofy stuff. To take time to think. And I'm going to tell you something. I have notepads in my bedroom because God will give me some in the middle of the night. I got notepads upstairs, downstairs, all around in all my cars because God will give me something. But all this noise around, you can't think. And all this noise, like I said before, he's trying to give you questions, answer some of your questions and some of your prayers, but he can't get to you because you got all this noise around you. You can't hear him because all this noise. Take time to shut your house down. Quiet, just nothing. No noise. Me and my waterfalls, I love them. Gives me time to serenity. Give me time to think. Give me time to regroup. Give me time for God to give me some situations answered, solve some problems. And that was one of the things you talked about last night about rich people solving problems. You can't solve problems with all this noise going on around you. So the key is, we're going to go through that. I'm going to show you how to prospect in a few minutes. Thank you so much. Did I answer that? Did you got more to that question?
No, that's it. Thank you.
You're very welcome, dear. And see, outside your market, you're going to run through your warm market very fast a lot of times because remember, who taught them? Their mom and daddies. Who taught them? Their mom and daddies, uncles and daddies. Why? Who all in the same boat? Broke. Scared to go outside, scared to talk to strangers. I mean, your whole life, you were taught everything I said earlier, what you were taught, if you did the opposite. See, that's the whole idea. You got to do the opposite of what you've been taught. Don't talk to strangers. No, strangers will make you a fortune in this business. Everything you've been taught was a lie. Miss Diane, Miss Collins, you had a question, dear. Is she still there?
She's
I can't hear you.
unmuted. She might be frozen.
Oh, there she's muted. There you go. I can't hear you.
She's unmuted.
I can't hear you though. I can't hear her.
She's having audio issues.
Okay, audio issues. Once you get a chance, come on in. Now, here we
Miss
go.
Collins, you can type it in the chat.
Let's let her type it in the chat, and then I'm going to go into my lesson for tonight. Okay. Now, while she's typing that into the chat, I'm going to show you how you can go out and cold market. Now you got to pivot because now people are going outside because of the weather. So you got to pivot. Beforehand, everybody's sitting inside, sitting inside the house, not knowing how to do anything. So notice how the numbers are up and now the numbers are slowing down because people are outside and you got to learn how to pivot. You got to learn how to pivot. Matter of fact, Rose Guerrero and Chris King are in Vegas and they were out talking to some guy and they slipped the guy my number. And he texted me. I started texting back. I said, why you slip him your number and my number? He doesn't know me. See, people, we don't think sometimes. You gave him my number because I live in Vegas, but you're here for 2 or 3 days. Why don't you give him your number and my number so you can follow back up on them yourself and then bring me in the picture? So a lot of times, even though here we go. How you tap into different markets around the world. Ms. Ismail, will you read that for me?
Yes, give me 1 second. So Ms. Collins is asking, how do you tap into the different markets around the world as we have different rules in each country? And I respond, Facebook.
Well, you know, Facebook is a great way. And I crack up when I see people putting their dog. See, look, I want you guys to start thinking like senior vice presidents and owners of companies, of a multinational company. And what I mean by multinational company, you know, just real simple. Who's in Chile? Like we got Peru opened up in 11 days. Hey, who lives in Peru? Who got family? Just simple little one-liners. Just simple little one-liners. You know, who's got people in Peru that need to make extra money? I mean, simple little one-liners. You know, hey, who do you know that lives in Japan that want to make extra? I mean, just simple. And I'm telling you guys, it's so easy to do, but we get so caught up in our little small world. Let me show you how microscopic our world is. Even when we get on Facebook, we don't talk about our business. We talk about small-minded things. Start quitting thinking about the United States. Start thinking globally. Start thinking globally. You know, when I did a call in November with the guys from around the world, I had one in UK, I had one in Australia, I had one in Canada, I had one in the United States, one in Colombia, and I had one in Japan. Why? To stretch you guys. Why don't you start putting things out there with an international flavor on it instead of just, who do you know needs, I mean, come on, think. Write that down. To think is to create, and to create is to think. You're still thinking too small-minded. Think bigger, think bigger. Now, I'm going to show you how I got one guy I brought in the business that got me over in the UK, that got me into France. And I got him on a flyer. See, people don't understand the simple thing. So now, watch this. Now we have to pivot. If you go through your organization and keep digging and digging down your organization, you'll find people in other countries. That's how I got in all these other 12 countries, because it wasn't me. It was me that got somebody that's over in the UK, who's got somebody in Germany. I don't, you know, who's got somebody in Italy. And I get paid and they convert them back in the US dollars. So as you dig through your organization, one of my friend Jordan Allen said, he only had a few legs. They got him all that business. And it's so true. Some of us, if you guys could start thinking internationally and thought bigger than that, your business will take you there. It starts with you and your thinking. Now, I'm going to show you now, that's going to lead into the part now I'm going to go into. I'm going to show you something. See, our business is real simple. Okay, let me face it. It's really simple. Everybody say simple. Come on, say simple. Miss Zoe, you didn't say simple. Simple. It's simple. Our business is real simple. You guys complicate it. Now, what am I mean by that? Let me show you something that's complicated. Let's get the screen up, and we're going to show you something complicated. I'm 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 going to show you something complicated. Now, think about it. It's 104-degree weather here in Vegas. 104 degree today. This shot was taken at 2 o'clock this afternoon. The temperature was 104 degrees. Okay, I'm at the Honda dealership. Now, 104 degrees. This is hard. This is hard. If you look to the far left, let's see if we can brighten it. To the far left, you see the blonde by the black pole. You see the blonde lady to the right. If you look to the left, there's another salesman. Watch this. Another salesman. Another salesman. One salesman with the yellow shirt way to the far left, okay? On the left side, the black pole. The right side of the pole, you see the blonde. That's second salesman. The third one is wearing a blue shirt. The fourth one's got a blue shirt. And the fifth one's got a yellow shirt. You see that? Now I'm sitting inside my air-conditioned car while I'm out there at the Honda dealership. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 salesmen. 5 salesmen in 104-degree weather in the shade, pouncing on everybody or anybody that shows up. How would you like to go bell to bell? That means from the time they start in the morning, the time they lose in the evening, bell to bell, which is a 10-hour round trip job, and you're out there in 104-degree weather, See, to me, that our job is easy. They go from 10 to 10 or 9 to 10, 9 to 9. Bell the bell. The only time they close. That's what it's called, bell the bell. These guys, they say they may get money, but they don't have a life. You see what I'm saying? And you won't even go get 2 or 3 people on a conference call. Now look at this. That's 5 of them. Now, next slide. Watch this. That ain't all of them. Watch this. And you're in the comfort of your home or air-conditioned car like I am, and you can't talk to nobody. Next slide. Watch this. That's 5. Now, let's count them. 1, the guy in the yellow's still out there. 2, the blonde, she's sitting back on the car because she got tired because she needed some water. 3, the guy with the red shirt on. 4 and 5 both have blue shirts on. He's leaning because he's so tired. 6 and 7. Now, there's 7 of them out there. A minute later, 7 salesmen waiting for you to pop up so they can jump on you to sell your car. In 104-degree weather at 2:00 p.m. today in Las Vegas. And you think you can't get nobody? See, ACN is not hard. You think it's hard. It's not hard. That's hard. Some of you right now in the comfort, I can't wait to get off the car, go have dinner. I can't wait to have that. But you got nobody new in your business. See, that's hard. That's hard. Let me go back to this picture. That's hard. Hold on, let me go back. See, that's hard. 2:00 in the afternoon in Las Vegas in 104-degree weather. And these guys do that 6 days a week. 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 Now, I'm going to show you something. Next slide. Watch this. Watch this. I'm going to show you what I did today. I put 35 of these flyers out every day. You notice a gas pump? You notice a gas pump? What do you see on the gas pump?
Flyers.
Flyers.
Flyers, yes.
Good old flyers, Mr. Ismail. People are so freaking high tech, y'all can't get nobody. You're so freaking high tech, you can't get nobody. And here, dumb, stupid Al Thomas put flyers out and get calls every day. Now, who's smart? Your freaking Facebook stuff showing this, that, and the other. You can't get a number. Watch this. That's a flyer. I put them on all 8. I put it on my side, this side, and 3 other pumps while I was getting gas today. Now laugh at Al Thomas. You big, come on, laugh at me. But I'll outwork every one of you. Freaking Facebook people showing this, that, and the other. Here I am cooking. Here I'm eating. Here I'm picking my nose. Here I'm scratching my. Here I'm with my cat, my dog. Who gives a flying? You know what? You can't get a lead a day. Yeah, I'm old school, but by God, I'm working. I beat every one of you. Look at that. They have to pick it up to go get gas. Don't you get it? Simple. Think outside the box. Lord have mercy. Now watch this. Yes, sir, Mr. Ismail.
Yes. You know, right from the beginning, I had an idea about the flyers when I started the business. And they told me, no, don't do flyers. It's not okay. And I said, okay, I will not do it because you will be for ticketed by the company.
Mr. Ismail, Mr. Ismail.
Yes.
Don't listen to broke people if they're not senior vice president. Don't listen to people.
Okay.
Now, let's talk about ticketing. Well, listen, let me help you with that. Let me tell you what I did a long time ago in Sacramento. Some of y'all, I'm going to tell my age. You remember when they had phone booths? Yeah, Sacramento. On Watt Avenue. Watt Avenue, still there. Watt Avenue. I would go on one side of Watt Avenue, put these inside of every phone booth, come back about 4 miles up, turn around, come all the way back down Watt Avenue till it ran out. And here's what they called me. Man, hey, the phone company called me. Hey, we're going to ticket you for, watch this. See, look how you guys think. Ticketed. Watch, listen and learn. We're going to ticket you for all these flyers. Oh, my, watch this. Watch me take lemon and turn to lemonade. Because you guys are just freaking out. Learn how to pivot. This is what I said. Oh my God. Oh my God. You guys found my flyers because somebody stole them out of my truck. Oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I bet some kids probably put them up. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, sir. Don't worry. You guys think too small. The reason why you're not a senior vice president because you guys keep thinking like a freaking RD. You're thinking too small. God, make lemon out of lemonade. Come on, think like an SVP. Quick, think like an ET. Think bigger. My God, it's not that difficult. Old school stuff still works today. I'm learning internet, but I'm still doing old school. Why? Because it works. It works. It works. I'll beat every one of you. It works. I'm proving it to you right now. And I've been doing this for the last Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. 5 days, 6 days. And I put a text out. Come listen how I'm getting a call a day, minimum, one a day. Hello, like a vitamin, one a day. Something so simple. Look at the gas station pump. Nobody ran out in the hot weather. Hey, you can't do that. All right, next one, Mr. Bree Clemens. Next slide. One a day, I'm getting a call. Here's what it says. Let me describe you. Smarter than your boss? I never had nobody tell me they weren't. Overworked, underpaid? Everybody know they are. Having more checks than money? Most people do. Overlooked for raises? That's me. Worked 9 to 5, 5, 10, 20 years, tired and still broke? Bam! Call me. I have a plan. I can free you. Call Al. There's the number with a bag of money. Hello. Hello. Freaking internet idiots. Here's me and my food. Here's me and my dog. Here's me. You ain't getting jack off that. You ain't getting nobody off that. It looks cute. It looks nice. But your phone ain't ringing like mine is. Oh. Mr. Thomas, you know. No, I don't. Like I told you before, I'll outbeat all of y'all. In a comfort. Look, watch this. That was after the 2 o'clock appointment. Boy, let me get really crazy with you. Can I get jiggy wiggy with you? Can I get jiggy with you? Look, that describes everybody, right? 99% of people that describe. Smarter than your boss? Look, it starts off. Let me describe you. Smarter than your boss? You know you are. Overworked, underpaid? Yep. Have more checks than money? Yep. Overlooked for raises? Yep. Work 9 to 5 for 5, 10, 20 years and tired and still broke? Yep. Brilliant. Somebody said brilliant. Call me. I have a plan that can what? Free you. Call Al. Call Al. Call Al. Bag of money. Call Al. Did I say anything about network marketing? No. Did I say anything about ACN? No. Did I say anything about let me describe you? You broke son of a, yeah. You lousy, yeah. Backbone, posture. Hear me on the internet. Here I am eating. I wish you'd have some sushi with me. Who gives a flying? Trying to look cute, but ain't got no money. Lord have mercy. Mr. Bree Clemens, let's do the second flyer. Shoot. My phone ring every day this week. 35 a day, 35 a day, 35 a day. Plan A. Here we go. 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 Hold on. Let me see what the numbers look like. Plan A. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Plan A. Work 1 to 30 years. Make your boss/company rich. Plan B. 1 to 5 years. Work with who? Me. With who? Me. 1 to 5 years. Make yourself rich like me. Call Al. Bam. Right back in your face. Right back in your face. 35 a day and get 1 or 2 calls a day. Facebook people. Facebook people. Man, got quiet. Got quiet. Plan A, work 1 to 30 years, make your boss/company rich. Plan B, work with me 1 to 5 years and make yourself rich like me. Hello, call Al. Hello, hello. Hey, you can do that. Put my name and my number. Don't put yours on there. Just use mine, okay? Man, there'd be somebody to do that. Put my name on there. They ain't playing with a full deck. They ain't playing with a full deck. Watch this. All right, everybody look at me now. Get off the flyer. Take the flyer down. Now, look at me. Today I went to BitLock. I put something around BitLock. I went to Costco. Saturday's a whole lot of people in Costco. You know, they got those little yellow tubs. People buy these tubs. I pick up one. I put one here. I put one in that one. I put one here. I'm putting them all over the place. Remember, man, somebody stole up my pickup truck.
What do you do? You say it again? The Costco thing?
I just put them around Costco.
On the cars?
I put
On
them
the
everywhere.
vehicles, the people?
Ismail, it don't matter. Put them out. You can wear one on your forehead. No, Ismail, you can put one on your forehead. It don't matter. You guys are trying to be too technical with everything. Too technical. Too technical. I need to know the nuts and bolts. Put them out. God dang. Costco. Big Lock today. I went to Lowe's. I even went to Walmart. But I had my pants up, not the people of Walmart. Lord have, hey, I got a guy in Walmart. He was so excited. He works at Cox, and he was trying to solicit me for internet. And he's from Africa. I said, "Where you from, man?" "Oh, bro, we gotta talk." I gave him my number. I said, "Call me tomorrow after 3 o'clock. We're gonna get together. He's off on Mondays." And he gave me his number. He's a salesman. He don't want to be in Walmart. Live with them Walmart people. I'm trying to find somewhere in 140-degree weather where I can go outside. Look, I was at a light. Listen to me. Everybody look at me. I was at a light. I was trying to take a picture, but the light changed. 3 guys digging a ditch in 104-degree weather. See, that's hard. This is not hard. That's hard. Guy had a big old hat on way out to here and had a scarf underneath, drinking water. And I was trying to take a picture, but the light changed. 4 guys in a ditch. And you mean to tell me you can't get nobody in your business? That's hard. Big Lots, Costco today, Lowe's, Walmart, gas station. I don't get how y'all don't do this. See, I had to pivot. Oh, now people outside. So Al Thomas had to get in his car and go outside. I didn't have to shake nobody's hand. All I had to do is get these out. That's all I had to do. 35 a day and keep a job away. Uh-oh. 35 a day and keep a job away. Uh-oh. 35 a day and keep a job. Here's what happened. My phone rang. Hello? Is this Al? Whenever they say that, I know it's a flyer. Is this Al? Yes, it's Al. I got your flyer. I got your flyer. What did you like most? The money, man, the money. Well, if you give me your number, I will send you out I will text over a video. I ain't shook nobody's hand. I'm back at the cover of my home. 35 a day. I'll outwork every one of you. Y'all still trying to do the same thing you did 5 years ago, 2 years ago, and they get nowhere. They ain't get nowhere. That's why I said today, I'm gonna send out a text to show what I've been doing since Monday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Today's 6 days I've been doing this. 1 to 2 calls every day. Cold market. Somebody had a question. There's your cold market right there.
Mr. Thomas?
See a guy tomorrow. Go ahead.
So Ms. Collins' question relates to the cold market for Australia. She said that they've been being told by the head office that they can't do cold market and advertisements like that. So do you have any advice for her?
Get on in it. Do the same thing on Facebook. See, you guys quit. Look, think. Here's what I want everybody to do. When we get off the call, some of you is gonna blow your mind. You can't do it. I tell you, the simple things in life is so easy to do, but some people can't. I want you to take 10 minutes, go in the room, close the door, close your eyes, and just quiet yourself down and think. God has been trying to get you to slow down so he can pour into you, but you won't be quiet enough for him to let that in and think. Think. You know how I came with these ideas? Thinking. To think is to create, and to create is to think. And I swear to you, if y'all would slow down, get off the Facebook. If you're not doing stuff for ACN, don't post stuff that isn't ACN. Okay, Miss Heather, don't put a flyer. Look, I'm just showing you what I'm doing around town. God, here you guys go again. Y'all are making something so complicated again. Oh, look at some of the stuff you guys put up here. Does anything say ACN on here? No. Come on, guys. You're so freaking technical. You guys are so tight, you can't think. Don't do what I just gave you. Don't do it. Hey, nothing said nothing about ACN on here. So quit trying to be all this.
You're right. You're right.
That's why y'all still stuck in the same position after year after year after year after month after month. Because you're not thinking outside the box. Old ways won't open up new doors. All I'm looking for is my phone to ring. It ain't said nothing about network marketing, it said nothing about ACN, it said nothing about nothing. But let me describe you. You're guilty by calling me. Because I got you. Now, can I send you something out to you to look at? Sure. TV commercial. Hey, all this is for free. Call the 800 number at the bottom of your screen. Okay, you pick it up. Oh, it's free, right? Yeah, it's free. However, we're going to subscribe you to a 6 months magazine. You can cancel anytime you want to. What's the difference? They creative and you're not. So you're not even creative enough to create anything. To think is to what? To what? To think is to what? Create. And to create is to what? Think. I started not even show y'all because I tell y'all about this because y'all, oh, what let's see. Took me 90 days to go TC or RD. Let's see. RVP in a year and a half. What do I know? SVP, my 3rd year. What do I know? What do I know? Circle member, 10 years. SVP 2009. What do I know? What do I know? What do I mean, what do I know? I mean, what do I know? What do I know? I talked about doing this in Sacramento. That was 12, 15, 18 years ago. But what do I know? What do I know? Which position are you? What do I know? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. All I know is my phone is ringing and I'm sending out videos. What about you? How you doing? But what do I know? I'm gonna start a cooking show or a dog show or whatever y'all put on Facebook. What do I know? 90 days, the RD, year and a half, the RVP, another year and a half on top of that, the SVP. What do I know? Circle for 10 years in a row, magazine 10 years in a row, in several books. What do I know? What do I know? I mean, what do I know? Woo! Lord help me. I'm gonna go out here and cook me a steak right now and a nice glass of. I just bought a bottle of. Oh, what? Let me be quiet.
Mr. Thomas,
Yes, sir.
this is Charvettes out of Okinawa.
Yes, sir. Mr. Scott out of Okinawa.
Sir, Ohio gozaimasu. I have a question concerning what you're talking about. Am I hearing that people are too busy trying to look pretty, trying to look good instead of trying to become profitable? I don't know. That's kind of what I'm hearing. So
Oh yeah.
we're hearing too much about how people perceive us, but that has a direct impact on us being non-profitable. I don't stop caring and just do it. I don't know I'm reaching here, but that's what I'm hearing.
Sir, you're hearing it right. Plus, just do it. People, look, we're so busy trying to look cute on the Facebook. We're so busy trying to show our little talents we got. But what are we doing? That's not getting your phone ringing. That's not putting apps in the business. You know, we highlighted Miss Perla Banal on me. We showed this maybe, she showed it a couple weeks ago. When we had Larry Raskins here 4 years ago out in the hot sun in front of 4 Mexican restaurants passing out flyers for Larry Raskins company. See, people won't do that. Everybody try to be cute. They won't go out and they won't do that. See, you won't do what I do to get where I'm at because you won't do it. Most of you say you'll do it, but you won't do it. You won't do it. I'm just giving you examples. That's why listen, they had Donald Trump, would you like him or not, on Johnny Carson 20-some years ago. And they asked him, why is he successful? And he said, if I wasn't doing what I was doing, I'd be in network marketing. And the crowd laughed. And he did one of these numbers. He goes, you know, and he said, that's why you're where you're at, and that's where I'm at. See, I feel the same way. That's why I'm where I'm at, and that's why you guys are over there and I'm over here. Because you won't do what I give you. You'll fight it because your pride and ego, or, yeah, it's not for me, it's not my style. Going to work ain't your style either, but you still do it. That's why I only had a job for 9 months my whole life. I never had a job since. It just wasn't for me. Well, I don't like, but you like doing that. See, successful people will do what other people won't do. So will have what most people won't because they won't do it. Some of you get on there every time without a guest. I never, you know, hey, I'm telling you how my phone is ringing. I'm telling you what I'm doing. I'm telling people I'm getting a hold of. I'm just being honest with you. I'm giving little tidbits, and some of you taking notes are like, that's all it's going to be for you is a note in your journal. But as far as implementing it, man, that's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Because I came to live the goods every time I get on there, I study. And I want all the people to get on these Zoom calls to study, to bring their material right. And I talk to a lot of them. Hey, do this, do this. Because I want you guys to get the best of the best. And as you grow, they grow. I can't go higher until I take y'all higher. Well, I could, but I want you to go with me. So I gave you some ideas. I want you to take 10 minutes and think for a change. Turn everything off in your household. Everything. And let God answer your questions. He's been trying to talk to you for a long time, but he can't get to you because you're not listening because you got too much noise around you. And then most guys is your ego and your pride. That's what most guys, your ego and your pride. That's why you're still stuck. Can't move you because you won't go nowhere because you keep trying to go back to old ways, doing the old things, doing the same old what you've been doing. Get off of it. Or you can stay there and stay broke. It's up to you. Stay there and not get promoted. Stay there, it's up to you. Because I didn't hit the top of 2 MLM companies. I ain't got to prove myself. I don't have to, you don't have to take my, hey, what do I know? Like I said, what do I know? I'm just a peasant. Mr. Jim Rogers said, I'm just a peasant. What do I know? I'm just a peasant. Let me ask you a question. General Patton, and you're in the Army. If General Patton, 5-star general, was to give you some information, if you're sergeant, buck private, lieutenant, would you listen to it? Or you want to listen to other privates and buck privates and sergeants and lieutenants? Be kind of stupid not to listen to a 5-star general. I love General Patton. My mentor, matter of fact, Mr. Brian Baker, he'll tell you my mentor's favorite, his mentor was General Patton. He loved General Patton. You know why he loved General Patton? He be in the front leading with his pearl white pistols. He was shooting at planes going by. He wasn't leading from the back. He let us shoot from the front. He was a bad SOB. Bam, bam, bam. That guy, him and that dog, that ugly dog here. The General Patton was a bad man. You want to follow somebody bad, not somebody leading from the back. Leaders lead from the front. Man, I must have watched that General Patton at least 15, 20 times in my lifetime. Probably watch it one more time this year. Because he was a bad man. He didn't care what Washington had to say. He didn't care what he was a leader. He went out there and shoot things up and got out there in the line with his troops. He got in the trenches with them. He wasn't trying to look cute. Man, he was a man's man. Show a man what a man's supposed to be. Fight for, stand up for, respect. He didn't care if his men liked him. Like I said, I'm not here to be liked, I'm here to be respected. General Patton wasn't liked, but you got dog, he respected that man. And I see why my mentor, Kenny Trout, respected him so much. Y'all need to watch movies about real people, real men's men. Not these little sissies, weak people. Need time out. I need a safety room. No, you don't. You need an idiot room. People are so weak these days. Same with our kids. That's why I did that last night about what the rich teach their kids and the poor don't. By God, the world is in a shambles. We need leaders like you to stand up and do something and go to work. If you can't help your kids, help other kids. But be a mentor. Be a mentor. Like I said, there's certain places Al Thomas cannot go because of who I am. Not on the egotistic thing, because I have a responsibility. Don't you get it? Men, you're supposed to have responsibilities. Man, I'm telling you what. Look, I'm out of time today. I just want to show you something I had to bring out of my bag of tricks. Like, somebody remember Felix the Cat, he had a bag of trips. Felix, I had to go back in my bag of trips, bring something way back out of 20 years ago to bring it for today. I said, well, let's see here. I got to pivot again. Now everybody's outside. So Al Thomas, nobody's on. Let's pivot again. I'm pivoting with something else. Like a good hunter, I'm changing my, like a good fisherman, I'm changing my bait up. Change your bait up, folks. All right. Well, listen, I've said enough for tonight. We went an hour and 15 minutes. Does anybody have anything else they want to say? One idea will make a ton of money. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Perry. Thank you.
Mr. Al Thomas?
Yes, sir.
This is Timothy Stevenson.
Yes, sir.
When you send them some information, which video do you send them?
The Tony Cooper's one.
Excellent.
The Tony Cooper's
Thank you,
video.
sir.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Look, I keep everything real simple. My life, I live a simple life, folks. I really do. And everything I teach is simple. It's common sense, which ain't common no more because nobody got, unless we're old folks, we got common sense. Most of the people ain't got common sense today. They ain't got common sense to come out the rain. They ain't got no kind of common sense. Common sense, I'm telling you, it's just simple. This wasn't difficult. Everything I said today, everybody can do. It's just common sense. It's just using your brains to think outside the box. Because we live in a society, everybody want to be told what to do. Tell me what time to get up. Tell me what to eat. Tell me. That's what's wrong with our society. Nobody's thinking. Think is to create, and to create is to think. And start thinking outside the box. Because you live in a box. You get up in a bed shaped like a box. You go downstairs shaped in a table shaped like a box. Your cornflakes come out of a box. You get in your car, drive home, drive to work in a car shaped like a box. You walk in the door shaped like a box. They give you check in. They sit at the table, the desk shaped like a box. You go take a 12 o'clock lunch break, grab lunch out of a lunch box. Then you go back home, get in the car, and you sit on the couch shaped like a box. You watch the idiot box called TV set, and they die, they put you in a box. When are you going to start living? 3 sides of the coin. 3 sides of the coin. Front, the back, and the edge. And if you're not living on the edge, baby, you're taking up too much space in life. You're taking up too much oxygen if you ain't living life to the fullest. And that new coin, they got you again at that little, how do they know to put a bat on the back of the quarter? A bat. So what you're saying is, before they even knew about this, they put, let me shut up. They may cut me off when I say that too deep. That gets deep. Listen, I said enough tonight. It's time for me to go enjoy the rest of my evening. I'm going to put me in, Lord have mercy. I deserve to eat. See, like I told you, some of y'all eat all day long. But you don't deserve to eat. I don't deserve to eat until I work, until I do something. I put out about 35 flyers today. I actually put out 42. I already got 1 call. I did this call. I talked to 4 people about the business earlier. I think I deserve to eat now. Some of y'all have been eating all day. Here again, I don't believe I eat until I deserve to eat. Adapt that philosophy. In this next 2 weeks, I'm cutting sugar out and I'm cutting out carbs. Anyway, that's me. How you doing? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. Tomorrow night, 6 o'clock, be back here with the Kings. They'll be back in Fresno. They're doing the training tomorrow night on a product training. Monday morning, the superstar, Ms. Natasha Ismail, will be bringing the thunder to heat the lightning, dropping the mic and all that good old stuff on Monday. And I can't wait to hear her message. She always did a profound message. And then on Tuesday, I'm not going to tell you. Mr. Chris King will be on Tuesday. And Wednesday, we got Mr. Miles from Vivid will be back with us for some more live stories. I love those stories. Folks, we got a great week planned. Some other great speakers rest of the week. I hope you guys enjoyed Jordan Allen this past Thursday. Another powerful. Take care. God bless. And also, Mr. Brian Baker, thank you so much. Take care. God bless. And we'll see you guys tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. Have a good Saturday night. God bless. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. I'm out.